about the entire.
Yeah, I'll just come to that. But before that, now that let's go with the leads that we have, Advocate Mali. We know that most of the VPNs are being used from the United Kingdom. Can the UK help?
These
Yes,
VPNs
definitely
are most
UK
frequently
can
used
help in this, because if the IP addresses are found there, see, it could be a case where UK is also made a target, and their call center, their data centers could be used, their IP address could be used, and so the pointer goes to the UK. But using our bilateral treaties, using MLAT, etc., UK can definitely help us to track down the further, where the actual hoax is happening, from where the connections are coming. So it needs a huge international investigation, which UK can definitely help us, and it should help us to crack this, because this is not only a hoax call kind of thing, but this is also a financial terrorism, I feel, because if you see around 5 crores of rupees is spent in one hoax call by our Indian airline, then if you look at 400 calls, that means we have already lost 2,000 crores in just this hoax call business. So it is financial terrorism. It is a simple hoax call which is leading to a huge loss, and somebody has cracked it, or somebody has just did it for mischief, and others have built upon it. So it cannot be allowed to build continuously, being built like this. So US, UK should help us, and I think we should crack this as early as we can.
Yeah, Kanish, the dark web being used, VPN networks being used. I get a feeling this is much more organized and well thought out. I mean, I get the feeling that whoever's behind it has planned this whole strategy out. What's the culpability of X or Twitter?
See, there is a major issue with X or Twitter. They have people who are responsible for following the significant social media intermediary guidelines, and as per it, take down these handles. The handles were not taken down for weeks, despite government giving them the details of these service providers. The handles kept being live, and repeatedly they were being used for economic warfare. This is not just a threat to the airline, this is a threat to national security, and it is economic warfare. If we are talking about 2,000 crore, it is trying to disrupt India's aviation industry in a much larger way.
But why don't we escalate it? I mean, this is something that is impacting us. And Elon Musk is always very, very particular about his own interests. And we are letting him, set up Starlink we are at least, the way the regulatory system is, that he will have an advantage or an opportunity to enter with Starlink. Then why don't we also pressurize him at the highest level to act? Why do we have to be limited to calling some local India representatives of Twitter and giving them a lecture when they are not going to listen? All decisions are taken globally. So what leeway do we have here? What leverage do we have here?
So India had set up the significant social media intermediary guidelines in 2022.
But they don't listen.
As per that,
but Kanish, they don't. They only listen to their headquarters.
Arnab, let me answer. Their chief compliance, their chief legal officers can be put behind bars. We have the law. We have to use it. So far, we have not used that law. Earlier, when Twitter was trying to play hunky-dory, we had put arrest warrants against the CEO of Twitter. Right now is the time we use the significant social media intermediate guidelines and put a notice to them to share all of these details. Right? There is another element that people who are using the Twitter handle might have set up the accounts from certain email service providers.
Let me just get a view of Prashant Mali on that. Can we pressurize Elon Musk and tell him that, listen, your company is being used to put up hoax calls and try and cripple the Indian aviation space? You can't do business in India with one company and allow this disruption with another of your own.
Arnab, there is a concept of abetting the crime. So when you know that these handles are spreading and causing loss to a country, and still if you're not listening and you're not putting the handles down, then there is abetment of crime. Abetment of crime is same as the punishment is same as the crime. If we are putting certain sections of UAPA, the BNS or the Disaster Management Act on the culprits or the unknown culprits, the same sections can be put on Twitter, and we can actually call the CEO of the Twitter for investigation also, because if there is no response, Indian they don't respond. So I think we should make a case, for creating deterrence amongst the minds of this social media, significant social media intermediaries. We need to do one or two
Absolutely we
cases
do.
like this, when we
We need
actually
to.
call them to and
I-
show them that law
Yes.
does this.
I totally agree with you. I'll wrap this up here. Thank you very much, Mr. Mali, Mr. Dubey.